What we're going to be doing today is another energy healing modality. It's very similar to Reiki. We're releasing the past. We are all hoarders of the past. We collect little trinkets and souvenirs and things that remind us of the past. We are built to feel the emotions, experience our experiences, let them flow, and let them go. But because we don't know how to feel them, we were never taught, maybe we were told we were weak and so forth, we held on to them. And so our mind, body, soul, even emotional state reflects that. Now, this isn't to hate on ourselves because we're human. You know, sometimes we experience trauma and we don't know what to do with it. We're just like, it's like too intense. And so we just don't know how to shake it off. So everything starts with an emotion. And again, we're going to be working with the D20s today. So everything starts with an emotion. You have an experience, you create an emotion that is similar to the experience that triggers you. Something comes up, a limiting belief, whatever it is, you have an emotional response. Boop, you create an emotion. We're supposed to let this go. It wants to be freed into the wild, but we hold on to it. We keep it in this cage. So we have to store it somewhere in our body. Sometimes it's stored somewhere symbolic. Like if you experience betrayal, maybe you will store that in your back, because the mind will sometimes do things like that. But anyways, you hold on to this, and this is holding a lot of information. You're still feeling the emotion. It is tied to the memory of when it was created. And if you're lucky, your subconscious mind will create a limiting belief about you, other people, or the world around you. And so it will place it somewhere in your body. Now, every single time you have an emotional experience, hold on to it. Your subconscious mind is very organized. It is the most organized person or thing in the entire universe. So if you create an emotion and you hold on to it and it says that you're not good enough, like it forms a conclusion based on that memory that you're not good enough, it will start putting it in bins. This is the I'm not good enough bin. You have another emotional experience, you hold on to it, and the subconscious mind's like, okay, what does this say about me, other people in the world around me? How can I protect Samantha? Because that's all it's doing, it's protecting you. We're holding on to this information, these emotions, and the mind's like, okay, there's a reason why Samantha's holding on to this anger. Why? Oh, let's look at that memory. Ooh, that didn't feel good. So we're going to create a limiting belief that we're not good enough so we don't come into contact with that situation again. Oh, do I have something similar to I'm not good enough? Well, look at here. I sure do. I'm just going to go ahead and put this experience in a bin. So every time you have an emotional experience and it is similar to I'm not good enough, it goes into this bin. And so now you have a cluster of beliefs, of emotions that tells a story about you, other people in the world around you. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be identifying these balls of energy, the past that's contributing to physical, emotional, or mental symptoms, so you can heal yourself. I am the cleaner, you are the healer, okay? And boy, do I love me some cleaning. There's different modalities we're going to be doing today. All of them are very powerful. One is the emotion code, where we do focus on emotions. So the emotions that started it all. There are 6 different types of emotions you can have. You can have your own that you created. Absorbed, so you were showing empathy for someone and you're just like, no, let me take that pain away from you. And you decide to keep it in your energy system. Shared, you, another person, or a group of people felt an emotion at the same time and they fused together and they were besties for life. You can have prenatal, so when you're in your mother's womb, you absorbed whatever she was going through. Preconception, which is anything before this lifetime. So this can be past life stuff. And then we have inherited, the baggage from your ancestors. So that's really what the emotion code is. I have a chart here filled with 60 emotions that you can have. Now, you can have more, you can feel more than 60 emotions, but just so the chart isn't ridiculous, your subconscious mind is going to look at this ball of energy and be like, okay, what would I call this emotion that relates to the emotion code? And then it will take that emotion. So it's in that kind of frequency of that emotion. And then we will find out around what age it occurred, give or take a year, to help jog your memory. If you don't remember, that's okay. A lot of us don't remember. And if your subconscious mind wants you to remember, in the next couple of days, you're going to get flooded with memories. And don't worry, this isn't to scare you. We already removed the fuel source to the memory. We release the emotion, so you'll get like, oh, that was kind of silly, that was a funny emotion or memory, and so forth. So that's the emotion code. The belief code is where we uncover your bins. The bins that are holding you back, they're like a cluster of energy that are filled with different beliefs about you, other people, and the world around you. We're going to be focusing on these bins, clusters of experiences, limiting beliefs, and so forth. This, in the belief code, we call these trees. So we uncover different levels of the mind. We start with the conscious mind and work our way to the unconscious mind. We got to go through the subconscious mind and then the unconscious mind. And we're uncovering statements. These are limiting beliefs. Each one of those statements is paired to an experience. So that's what we're doing. So it'll start to tell a story of your experiences and your life, which is really interesting. So one by one, we identify what's in the bin. We identify it. And then we find out what is the fuel source, what emotions or imbalances are fueling this tree, keeping this tree intact, or what is this tree creating for you? So it's like a double whammy. Once we identify this, we're able to release the tree, chop it down. And then once we chop it down, we have this empty space in your mind. We have to do something with this or you're gonna feel very weird. You're like, your subconscious mind's gonna be like, I don't know what this is. What am I supposed to do with this? Why has this been here? And then you'll be mad at me. So we don't wanna do that. So we ask the subconscious mind, do we need to add positive statements to replace this tree? Or do we just defrag? Just means we remove the bin, cover it up, and act like it doesn't even exist. And usually that's the case. We're just like, let's just pretend like it didn't even exist. It's just gonna put some nice little bench there, maybe some tulips, in the place where that used to be. And then we have the body code. The body code has the emotion code and the belief code within it. So it is everything about you. There are 6 different categories within the body code system. So we have emotional wellness, circular system, toxins, pathogens, misalignments, and nutrition and lifestyle. Within each category is a subcategory. Within a subcategory, this phone's a little slow. Within a subcategory. So we're going to get very detailed with what you're holding on to from the past. Now, this does not mean I'm digging up into your skeleton closet. I'm going to know everything about you. We're going to bring all that up. No, it's very detailed with the type of energy that relates to the body code. Like I said before, we're going to be like, hey, subconscious, do you have any blocks or imbalances contributing to some back pain? And your subconscious mind is like, yeah, we do. Okay, so let's uncover these imbalances that relates to the body code. And okay, the subconscious mind's like, all right, if I had to give this a nickname or a keyword, what would I give it that relates to the body code? That's all that means. Your subconscious doesn't speak a language, it speaks an emotion, an energy. It can't speak an emotion. It speaks energy. So it's like, what would I call this? And relates it to the body code. And then we have a new fun thing that we've been kind of playing around with is body state reset. This is a very sassy technique, so viewer discretion is advised. We are going to see if you have a conflict in your body state, your natural rhythm, your active and rest and recovery state. A lot of us are stuck in the active state, then we're ready to fight a bear at all times. We're constantly stressed, have some anxiety, can't sleep, have digestive issues. It's because your body is stuck there and it can't go into the rest and recovery and repair everything that happened, process everything that happened throughout the day. So when you're in an active state and ready to fight a bear, constantly things start breaking down. Your nervous system is out of whack. You no matter what you see in your life, that is like stranger danger. The littlest things happen. Oh my gosh, the world is ending. And so what this does is we ask your subconscious mind, like, hey, do you have a conflict in your body rhythm that's in relation to back pain. Your subconscious mind will say yes as an example, and we're like, cool, great, awesome, thank you. When did this start? So we're gonna find out at what age your body state went out of whack. So let's say it was 20 years old. Okay, 20 years old. Now, what happens during this time? It could be from prolonged stress, an emotion you just had a hard time processing and it took you some time, or something you perceived as a threat at that time, something that wasn't really a threat. It could even be trauma. And if you don't remember, that's okay. That's completely normal. Your subconscious remembers. So we clear out everything from that age that's contributing to your body rhythm. It can take some time. Once we finish that, then we go and see if there's any resistance or friction preventing your natural rhythm to go back into balance, and then we clear that up. What's really, really cool about this is that since we're going to the root, anything that happened after the age of 20, as the example, anything that happened after the age of 20 will be cleared up. The processing hits different. Look at me all, look at my eyeballs. The processing hits different. You may, for about a week or two, you may be very tired because your body's going to go back into the rest and recovery. It's going to start repairing. So you may have those minor aches and pains, emotions may surface, and you can experience those processing with any of the healing modalities that we're doing today. Do not be hard on yourself. You are shedding the skin of the old version of yourself, and sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable, okay? Now, with all the modalities, once we gather all the information, we release them one by one using magnets. Now, I will be connected to you, and you may feel different sensations in your body, hot, cold temperature changes, very tired. Everybody usually gets tired, and I'm just like jazzed and ready to do zoomies. Or you may not feel anything at all. And so I won't be able to read your mind. I'm going to be doing muscle testing over here, and I'm going to be having a conversation with you, your subconscious. And that's why I'm going to be talking out loud. I'm going to be asking questions and answering them and so forth. I will be explaining everything as we go as well. And if anybody is just observing and just hanging out, if you resonate with anything that we uncovered today, just be like, I want to be part of that release. Just set the intention. All you have to do is be like, I intend, if I resonate with any of these imbalances or blocks, that it gets released from me as well. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's very powerful. We're all connected. I do not put limits on this energy. So let's have some fun.